Fluffy is down. I might have been rather clandestine about it. Ever so slightly disrespectful. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. So, yeah, this isn't quite where we left off last episode. I had picked up a few things, started commentating, took a nap right there until the early morning. So there were some sardines and some wires and a few things. No major loot so far. And then my phone was closer to me than I realized and made a loud noise and completely threw me off. So I just decided to restart the recording. So, hi, hello. We are in Bleak Inlet, specifically in the cannery in Bleak Inlet. And now that we're here, this is the last major loot location to explore in Bleak Inlet before we can head to pretty much the other side of Great Bear, which we haven't really visited yet on account of kind of heading for the far territory first and taking care of like going for the travois and dealing with all of that. And now that we've taken care of this, we can start heading for places like Pleasant Valley, Ash Canyon, and Timberwolf Mountain. So that's kind of next on the menu. But I'm also excited for the possibility that we are going to have some good loot here before we leave. There's some more oats. Nice. We do have Cooking 5 now, so that's going to make life a lot easier in the long run. Alright, there's some raw fish. Dockworker's pie. Nice. Alright, so there's a new recipe. One of the things that I'm kind of excited about in the new sort of gameplay meta of The Long Dark, and when I say that there's a new gameplay meta, what I'm really referring to is that the world is just so much larger now, especially now that the Tales from the Far Territory DLC has added these not only like new territories that have special destinations and special items in them, but also, you know, the Tales have their own sort of unique, they add flavor to the landscape and they add sort of context to some of the survival journey, even in Sandbox. And it's just added so much depth to the overall experience of surviving on Great Bear. And I'm excited to see what kind of repeat playthroughs are like, especially in a Let's Play context, at various difficulty levels like this, because now that the world is getting so big and still has, you know, more to go. I mean, they're not done adding more territory. But there's now just so much to be explored. I'm going to take one more look up here. Just, I've looked in some of these places already, but I don't want to deprive you of the satisfaction of seeing these places, because I did look around for a second before I restarted the recording, so you can see that I searched this trash can. But yeah, I'm so excited about that aspect of playing The Long Dark now, because it's kind of different from what we're used to. When we started playing The Long Dark, the world was pretty small. And then they added forges, and forges kind of changed things a little bit, because all of a sudden, and we've talked about this a lot on the channel, all of a sudden you had to go to a specific location, which in the context of Sandbox, that was weird. Like, that was not normal. Aha, found something. I knew there'd be more.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load
Right,
much longer.
I probably don't need that mountaineering rope. But that was new. You had to go to a specific location in order to do a specific thing. And it was an adjustment. And especially on high difficulty, it added a particular challenge, which is why I really liked it when, you know, you started to find forges in more than one location. That was nice. You know, when you started to realize that, okay, well, there are now forges in, like, several zones. Oh, nice. There's a revolver there and some rifle shell casings. No rifle ammo, though, sadly. So I can just make ammo here, but I'm not really going to have an opportunity. I have to say, not a very satisfying loot run here. I'm going to step over here and set a few things down. But I'm excited to get it over with regardless, because I think... Whoa, hello? Drop? There we are. I'm not going to worry about cooking that fish. Also, I guess I'll go ahead and unload the lower condition of these 2 revolvers. Nice. Drop that. Got some reclaimed wood on me. Mind you, we still have a bunch of stuff sitting by our previous shelter location at the cannery. And there's at least 1 Timberwolf still up. But still excited to get this loot done. Or this looting done, rather. I can't word today, apparently. Because now we can really start heading towards areas that we've been talking about heading toward for a while, but really haven't been able to get to. Plus, just more traditional areas of the Long Dark, and seeing how they are currently experienced around this difficulty level, which I haven't visited them in a while at this level on the channel. So that's fun too. Alright, 2 full to eat. Let's go ahead and drink that. Okay, I've got a lot of lantern fuel. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to loot here. I can look around one more time. But this is a fairly disappointing loot run overall, I would say. There's a flashlight there. Oh, hang on. Got some lockers. Just don't want to skip anything. Alright, wool long johns, climbing socks. Climbing socks are nice, but I already have climbing socks, I think. Yep. 2 pairs of climbing socks, in fact. Okay, so, I mean, some shell casings. Oh, wow, there's an entire... Okay. Apparently I missed this room. This is why I double-check these things. Hey, look, spray paint. Just what I wanted. What I was really hoping for is rifle ammunition here, and there isn't any, and I'm actually kind of running low. So I absolutely am going to be scavenging... Well, you know what? Rifle ammo will be plentiful on Timberwolf Mountain. That's almost a given. The likelihood that I'll find at least 1 container that's like loaded with ammo is pretty good. So there's that to look forward to, at least. But yeah, it's nice to be knocking out the Bleak Inlet Cannery because it's one of the more like hard to reach kind of conditional locations. Like you have to time your approach to the cannery, obviously. Plus it's guarded by Timberwolves, so there's just a general feeling of, you know, doing it right and effort, and it just, you have to get all the way out here, and then hopefully the loot run is worth it, which I have to say this one really wasn't, but you know. Now that we've done it, we can at least check that box off. We have finished the Signal Void quest in this particular zone, so now let's take a moment to... God, I've got so much stuff that I honestly don't need. Yeah, let's go ahead and harvest these. It's nice to finally have 2 pairs of long johns. I still don't have, like, the best clothing I could possibly have. That's another thing that's likely to change as soon as I get up to the top of Timberwolf. It does kind of mean that the next episodes in the run are going, especially once we leave Bleak Inlet and get back to Forlorn Muskeg, it's going to be, like, really vanilla for a while. We're still working towards the Signal Void quest, so there will be aspects of the new content sort of in the series. But overall, it's going to be pretty vanilla because we're going to be going back through zones that are much more familiar and have been for years. I could have technically done all this harvesting while inside, but I'm still, I think my condition is fine. Yeah, I'm plenty warm where I currently am. Okay, let's drink some soda. Remember, I don't have to worry about the condition of food anymore, so that's nice. Did I actually finish the pinnacle creatures? No, I didn't. Alright, so yeah, I'm carrying just a ton of crap. What else is new? Cannery memo. That old radio tower is supposed to relay the weather, but half the time the damn thing is offline. And since the landslide last summer, we can't even get up the road anymore to check out what's going on. Bert is pretty sure the only way through is on the other side of the mountains, somewhere off the ravine between the Provincial Park, Mystery Lake I think it's called, and the highway along the coastline. What's management going to do about this? Without a quick way to check on the equipment, all the automation in the world won't do us much good out here. I know there's a technician kid someplace on the island attached to that tower company. Maybe they could help us out. And don't forget to get a copy of the workshop store code while you're up there. Illegible name. Oh, man. Can you imagine? Like, I guess this is just me knowing my way around this game a bit. And so it's, like, less painful for me. But, like, can you imagine being a new player and not knowing that you have to go up to the top part of the zone first, getting all the way down here and realizing that you don't have the code? That is brutal. Like reading that note and going, oh, I messed that up. Okay. As much as I dislike this, yeah, see, I want to just... This is not the right way to exit. Here I am talking about how well I know the game, but I haven't been to this part of Bleak Inlet, relatively speaking, that many times. I just haven't. So I'm trying to just find the spot. I should have just gone down there at the staircase I was leaking at a moment ago. That's probably a safe enough drop right there. Yeah, that one's fine. Perfect. Alright, now there will still be a Timberwolf somewhere, so we'll have to be careful about that. So I just want to go back up to where I left my stuff previously. And we're going to do some final inventory management just to make sure that I have everything I need. Also, I'm going to make sure I picked up my bedroll. Yes, I did. And then we're going to get out of here. We'll leave Bleak Inlet by way of the Muskeg, as I mentioned. And we're going to move pretty rapidly. I might even make use of the travel off for some of the trip, because it actually makes sense to use it once we kind of have the way clear ahead of us. It makes sense to rely on the travel off. Can I get up here? Pretty please? Thank you. Okay, now, pretty good chance there will be some Timberwolves. Ah, it's getting pretty cold pretty fast.
It's a goddamn freezing.
I say some Timberwolves. What I really mean is one. And its morale is pretty low, because its pack is dead. Sorry about that. Yeah, plus it's just surrounded by the decaying carcasses of its former comrades. My morale would be low too. Alright, let's head this way. Speaking of the travel wall, let's go ahead and pick that up. Oh wow, conditions already back down to 49. It's so rude. Okay. There's a lot of stuff here that I frankly don't need, which is why the travel wall might come in handy for some of the trip. But I just don't know how much it's even going to help if it's already that low in its overall condition. Miner's flashlight, hacksaw. I'm going to pick all this back up. I don't really need to go energy drink. The metal I can also most likely replace elsewhere. I'll drink some water. Yeah, there's no way I can bring all this with me. Part of me is tempted to go ahead and read the rest of the... I think that's what I'll do, because I've got lots of food, and this will allow me to eat through some of my inventory. So what we'll do, we're warm enough in here. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to go ahead and read another 5 hours of this. Notice we're still warm enough in here, even though there's a blizzard outside. There's some water, too. I might as well grab that, just so that I have a full sense of everything that I have and everything I don't. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and drink some water, because we need to. Yeah, this will work, because a lot of the weight that I'm carrying is food. I do also have this stump remover and dusting sulfur, which I can frankly get rid of, because it's more weight than is necessary, but let's keep reading this for now. Not that the book is the biggest problem we have, but yep. So we're not going to get all 5 hours here. We might get 3. Oh, nice. Do we have an aurora? That is a very well-timed aurora. So we were able to keep reading without stopping there. That was unexpected and awesome. And food-wise, we might be able to get away with reading another 5 hours of this. Let's try. Well, you know what? Let's do 4. Because I want to be mindful of my stomach. I would hate to lose well-fed right now. That would suck a lot. I would not be happy. Alright, I don't have to eat stuff in low condition. So, you know what? Since I don't, the best thing to do would be to eat the heaviest stuff first. Since we don't have to pay as much attention to condition. Let's focus on that. God, I'm carrying so much. It's insane. Even after I do this, I'm still going to be overburdened. Okay, so I think the aurora might be about to end. Let's go ahead and sleep for some hours. And the nice thing about this is that I'll be able to eat some more and drink some more as soon as I wake up. "69 days, 2 hours, 33 minutes. Nice. Let's drink that. Just getting rid of as much weight as possible by eating. Okay, so that's not, we're not going to finish that entirely. Okay, perfect. So now we can just read for 5 hours. And we should get all 5. Perfect. And now we have a blizzard. Perfect timing. Exactly what I wanted. I'm kidding. No, it's not. Yeah, I am so ready for Ash Canyon. You have no idea. I need that carrying capacity in my life. Okay. We have a lot of lantern fuel on us that is, frankly, more than we can carry. So it's time to make some executive decisions in this particular tab of our inventory, because there's just more than we can lug around. So, yeah, the lantern fuel is going to have to go, as much as it hurts. There will be more lantern fuel to be found. The torch is going to have to go. The replacement fuses, we're getting close to not needing those anymore, which is nice, so that's stuff that I won't have to lug around as much anymore. There's a question of, like, do I actually need those right now? Like, will I be able to find more? Which is a legitimate question. All these sewing kits, not necessary. We can go ahead and drop most of them. On a higher level playthrough, this would be painful. It's still a little painful, not gonna lie. But, alright, we can also drop that metal. Let's eat the last of this porridge, so that we're not staring at that low condition. And then even, yeah, stuff like this cooking oil and the oats, we need to drop that. We're going to eat this. And I think we're mostly ready to travel. I want to lose a little bit more of my burden now. It's starting to get really tough to notice where I can do that. without sacrificing things that I do not want to sacrifice. But we're moving as rapidly as we can towards things that will make this less burdensome overall. All right, I'm going to drop this coal. Again, it hurts, but we will find more coal. We absolutely will. All right, I am carrying a lot of water right now. I need to be mindful of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and repair. We are going to be making a pretty long trip here. So having all of my items at 100% condition, they're already very close, so this is a negligible improvement overall. It's going to give me probably less than 1 degree in total. Yeah. Notice that we're staying warm enough in here through all of this. Okay, so let's now also sharpen. Because once I am moving here, we're not going to stop moving for a while. We're going to do some scavenging, for sure. And there's lots to scavenge. We haven't even been to Coastal Highway yet. We haven't been to Pleasant Valley yet. And I am, this is weird to say, but I'm more or less going to, I'm not going to go to Coastal Highway right away. I'm actually going to prioritize Pleasant Valley and Timberwolf Mountain for the reasons that I've discussed, because I think I would rather have the carrying capacity sooner. All right, let's sharpen these knives. Our sharpening skill is pretty good at this point. It's actually not. So we could do more. Okay, so that was half of that whetstone. And now this is kind of perfect timing. I'm going to put this down. We're going to sleep for about 5 hours. Feels like 31 degrees right now. But with the bedroll's warmth, we're fine. Yeah, it feels like 25 degrees at the moment. Yeah, it's actually, it might have gotten dangerously cold while I was in that particular phase of sleep, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. That could be less than ideal. So what I'll do is pass some time for about 3 hours here. And we're going to wait for sunrise and get moving. Alright, this is kind of perfect, because now I can drink this water. I'm only about 10 pounds encumbered now, which is ideal for moving. Once I'm in the muskeg, I'll get the travois out, and we'll use it properly. So let's now sleep for, what, 2 hours? So I'm going to beeline for the Forlorn Muskeg exit, which will still give me an opportunity to loot a little bit. Oh, wow. Look at this. Gorgeous sunrise. Oh, wait, no. I want that. I wonder what happened to the last Timberwolf. It might just be on a wide patrol route, but there's definitely one that I haven't killed. And I don't know where it is. Weird. Okay, so there are still a few spots that I can loot nearby that might have some nice items, and I'm gonna check. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about that book. Nothing else here. Okay. There's the last timber wolf right there. Right there. So we haven't been on the bridge yet. It is really cold. Shouldn't be surprised. Sun just rose. Beautiful morning, though. Doesn't really get better than this in Bleak Inlet. Not in my experience, anyway. Oh, I also didn't go to the broken lighthouse.
I hate being cold because I really do.
So I'll go out there real quick. There's some revolver ammo. Okay. Unexpected. I'm not going to grab that fire log. Actually, I might. If I have to make a fire out in the wilderness, yeah, I'm going to grab that because I'm going to use it more or less immediately. I might even...
Wait.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it in here. Let's check this backpack. This is one of the... Oh, wow. Nothing. Okay. That's sad. We'll check these cars. We'll head down to the cabins again. And I can use that to light the fire log, heat some beverages for the road. And then we're going to head that way. So it's kind of a long exit path that we're taking. But I do want to make sure I finish looting this zone. Okay. Now there might be a bear nearby, so I need to be mindful of that. Worn cotton toque. Nice. Actually, let's check the visors here before we go anywhere. All good. Trunk. Already checked it. Nice. A single rifle cartridge. You know what? I'll take it. Ah, and a memento key. For where? In a vehicle. Oh, where is that? I don't even know where that is. Would that be all the way at the end of the road back here? That kind of looked like it.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Actually, I'll grab those, because those are wood matches. Alright, so here's the... Actually, is this the truck? That couldn't possibly be it. It's positioned so perfectly to kind of match the drawing that we just saw. If we found a memento key and a memento this close together, it would be wild. I don't think it is. I think I have to pretty much follow this road all the way down, and then I'll see that truck. That would be my guess. Okay, so let's head down to the cabin. We're going to use the fire log, and then head up to the broken lighthouse. So actually, we do have a little bit more time to spend here in Bleak Inlet before we leave. But we're on the way out. Cannery's done. Kind of disappointing cannery run, but I'm glad we knocked it out. Okay. Let's briefly pause, light a fire. We're going to heat. We've got a couple of different beverage types that we can heat. I probably just need to see which one I have the most of and heat those. That would be the most efficient way to do this. All right, let's put that down, and... So what have I got overall? Yeah, it's the herbal teas. If I were to heat these, it would be kind of hot for the longest. So that's what I'll keep in mind. And I'll drink one before I leave. I really do hope some additional, like, user experience work is done on the insulated flask, because, like, finding it in your inventory every time to move stuff, I think it just needs its own tab of some kind. That would probably be ideal. Need to think it through a little bit more, I guess, in terms of a suggestion, but it seems like that's the right way to go. Because right now, it's just so tough to find the thing every time. Well, it's not tough, it's just kind of annoying. Okay, so there's that. Now we have a bunch of hot tea. I'm going to pick this stuff up off the fire. We are going to... Let's see. Where'd that tea go? There it is. We're going to drink that. Get a little bit of rest. And you know what? Might as well head out. Let's go ahead and sleep for 5 hours, just to regain some condition. That is actually negating the heating that I just did, though, now that I think about it. That's an entirely new dynamic that I've got to get used to. You can just tell. All that heating I just did. Completely meaningless, because it's like... I mean, it might still be warm. Let's see. Let's experiment. Yeah, it's still warm. So that's interesting. But it's not going to be warm for much longer. So let's head out to the lighthouse here. And at least get this looting done. And then there'll be a real sense of, like, heading for the exits. There is that memento, and I kind of want to check that out. But if you can't tell, I'm jonesing to get to Pleasant Valley and to Timberwolf Mountain and to just all of the stuff that's up there. Because that's what's really going to set me up, and especially once I get to Ash Canyon. That's what's really going to set me up for long-term success. Hi. Hi there. Hi. Listen, you saw nothing. I'm not here. Ignore me, please. I would prefer not to deal with you right now, Mr. Bear. Let's not and say we didn't. Good talk. You stay over there. I'm gonna go up here. Are those wood matches just hanging out on the steps? That's one heck of a loot location. I don't anticipate that there will be anything particularly good up here, but you never know. That's one of the things about the loot refresh that you have to keep in mind. All of us are newbies again when it comes to where the good stuff is. Well, I guess some of us at this point have some veterancy with the new tables, myself included, but like compared to the years of experience that we had before they changed where everything was usually placed, completely different. I want my sunrise back. I guess I did sleep for 5 hours, so maybe we'll have a nice sunset soon. Hi, buddy. Okay, we've arrived at the Fallen Lighthouse. I see some crackers, which is nice, I guess. Nothing much to report, which is pretty much what I expected. That's just a pallet. Let's head up here and see if there's anything worth writing home about. Stale beef jerky. Not worth writing home about. And let's look for a moment longer just to see. Interesting. So yeah, this is the absolute top of this place. Doesn't appear there's anything really to be found. Nothing really sitting on the wall. Okay. Well, satisfied that curiosity. And that's almost it for Bleak Inlet. I know I said that last time. But now it's true, because we have to check that memento, and then we just kind of head that way. And it'll be a bit of a trip. But then, as soon as we're through the cave, I can put down the trapwall, move most of my heavy stuff onto that, and really start to build up some momentum. This is a very quiet wind. Also, the bear is exactly in my path. I don't know if you saw that just now. Okay, good. Moving in the correct direction. That is optimal. Okay, I see a... Is that a bench out there? Oh, beachcombing, never change. Hang on. See, now I have to indulge that curiosity. Oh, the bear turned around. Why would you do that? You realize I'm trying to... So rude. Here I am trying to end this episode. Okay.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
Alright, I want to be careful with this. Oh, it's not a bench. It looked like a bench from afar, but it's a locker. Alright, that could be thin ice here, so this might be kind of dodgy. What do we got? Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. If I had more rifle ammo, I would just kill the bear. But we may have to deal with it the old-fashioned way. Because I need to get back to that cabin. Yes, hi, hello. You are, like, moving exactly in the direction that I need to move. And it's kind of rude. So could you either continue to ignore me conveniently for the moment, given that the wind is keeping my scent firmly away from you, or could you go ahead and just attack me so that I could shoot you in the face with this thing? The wind is dying down, so surely he will notice me any moment. Or she, you never know. I'm not going to duck. There's no reason to be stealthy. Let's just get this over with. This bear is ignoring the hell out of me. Oh my god, what is happening? There we go. Now you've decided that you want to act like a predator. I'm not going to waste a flare if I don't have to. I can't believe I managed to get all the way past this bear. I normally do this with wolves. But this bear just let me get all the way around him. Alright, I'm just going to duck into the cabin here. We'll stop here, and in the next one, we're going to get the heck out of Bleak Inlet and head into Forlorn Muskeg, Mystery Lake. There's a few more locations to loot there, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time. And then it's pretty much beelining, as I said, for Pleasant Valley and Timberwolf Mountain from there. And I'm still kind of torn between whether or not I want to go to Ash Canyon first, but there is a part of me that just wants to go straight to Ash Canyon for the sake of having that gear item. And maybe I might be able to get some work done on the Pleasant Valley signal tower. Matter of fact, if I do that, that will negate any need to carry the... If I find the transmitter in Pleasant Valley, yeah, that's my next destination, in fact, because then I no longer have to lug any of the materials around that I'm using to repair the signal void stuff, which will help me save on encumbrance. So that's the next objective, and we will jump on that in the next episode and presumably in the episodes to come. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For early episodes, channel emotes, and member badges, look for the join button. New episodes drop at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time every day but Wednesday. And comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.